shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, this is a wonderful Wednesday, hump day, and all you guys got a chance to see me play on Frontline Gaming streams. It's day 5 of Doom, the Dark Ages, while I'm shooting and kicking butt and taking names and having fun. Now, we had a couple of problems with the stream, but the King got through with it. And I got to give a special shout out to Lycos. Lycos is my ride or die. Lycos is on every stream. Lycos shows up, helps me out in the background. Lycos is a cool dude, and I appreciate his help every day. But back to what we're talking about. I'm the King. And you found Xbox Frontline News. And if you like Xbox, you found your new best friend. Because me and you, we're friends to the end. Heidi ho. Now, if you know that Chucky reference, then you know it. If you don't, you need to go back and watch those movies because you are lacking in your horror genre, B. Now, got a lot of stuff happening. In this sweltering heat, and it's like 90-something degrees in New York City, probably approaching 100. There's a medical alert out there. Guard your PlayStations. Last time I heard, them boys is melting under pressure. You hear me? Look after your PlayStations. Keep them nice and cool. Put them in a warm, cool place so they don't melt in the way that you think they, because they got that liquid metal. They thought they was T2. Remember that? But we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the piss poor services that PlayStation have going on over there. Now, this wouldn't be a show without me telling you what you need to know. And what you need to know is PlayStation 6 is an endangered species. Now, we don't need to go into the tag model because you understand what's going on. You really know, like I know, what the merch store got for you. You got that hashtag, let's not say it, right? Let's not agitate these dudes. They're in a situation. They're in a crisis situation. But let's keep going, right? Let's get to these topics. If you're a PlayStation fan and you thought you had hopes of PlayStation actually going day and date with their games into their service to give some value to their service, you're out of luck. PlayStation Plus, Nick McGuire, head of global services, said that's not going to happen, and they're pretty pleased with what goes on with their services and where they release a game probably a year out from actual launch, and it's working well for them. Now, I told you a lot of times that strategies for one company may not work with another company. PlayStation doesn't have a robust, diverse developer set to actually get games inside of the PlayStation Plus in order to make that viable. PlayStation is more dependent on sales of consoles and games than Xbox is. Xbox is dependent on software sales and services and extending their reach in their global marketplace, whereas PlayStation is really a niche item and it caters to the console person that actually wants that curated PlayStation ecosystem. Well, with that ecosystem, they can't offer day and date for their services because if their services actually reach the critical mass, I think PlayStation wouldn't know what to do with themselves. Me personally, I think this is a faux pas. But again, Nick is just towing the company line. He doesn't actually believe what he says, where instead of first-party games, PlayStations prefer to go down the Indian third-party route regarding to offering subscribers. McGuire said using those games to complement the current strategy of PlayStation first-party titles is working very well across the platform. That number could even jump to more than 5 games if there's something more out there that PlayStation feels worth adding. Listen. PlayStation is falling into the abyss. Their services are piss poor, and we understand it. They have the opportunity to make it a better place, but they choose not to. Instead of adding, they're removing. It's a reason why the sub counts have dropped, and they no longer want to report PlayStation Plus subscriber numbers. It's sad, but they're going to MAUs and engagement numbers to inflate the marketplace. Now, I know you guys are going to say, well, King, you said that Xbox goes to engagement and MAUs because they stopped reporting. Xbox Game Pass subscribers is at 41 million. Now, look at those numbers and say, oh my God, King, it's crazy. Yeah, but monthly MAUs at Microsoft is over 520 something million, while the PlayStation is at 124 monthly active users, and the number drops significantly. Well, I keep giving them the out. I really know it's like probably at 118, 117, but I give them 120. I round up for them. It doesn't look good for the service. Now, at first glance, this title may be a little bit off-putting. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice PlayStation 5 upgrades are finally getting paroled from Xbox jail. But when you get the chance to read the body of the work, he's absolutely spot on. The first game was launched on the PlayStation 4 exclusively. And, it had a good fan base. It resonated with them. They like story-driven narrative games. And they kind of money-hatted it and kept it away from Xbox. So Xbox said, I have more money than you. I can go buy them. So Xbox and Microsoft went out and purchased Ninja Theory. And when they purchased Ninja Theory, the original launched on the Xbox Series consoles with wonderful upgrades. Now, the PlayStation 5 was left out in the cold. And while Xbox and Xbox gamers had the luxury and the privilege of their first-party title being delivered in the wonderful upgrades that only the Xbox Series consoles was able to provide, PlayStation 4 users, the people that actually purchased the game early on when it was money-hatted by Sony, had to watch and envy as we galloped around and had so much fun playing in their face. Now, when Hellblade 2 came out, they were rightfully so pissed off, upset, because they didn't get a chance to experience the graphical wonder and bliss, which is Hellblade 2. And lo and behold, Microsoft and Xbox felt sorry for the underachieving console. How would we say it? The less fortunate. Please, kind sir, may I have a bit of porridge? Well, Xbox said, you will have some porridge. And upon that porridge, we will give you some gruel, you lowly maggot. And in doing so, the game will get an upgrade. The original game. So if you purchase the original game, you will get an upgrade for free on August 12th when Hellblade 2, Senua's Sacrifice, Senua's Saga is going to be released onto the PlayStation ecosystem. Now, that comes years after it was already released on the Xbox consoles, and it comes years after we've already had these upgrades. And on that day, Xbox consoles will get those upgrades for free because the game is inside Game Pass. No matter what happens over there on the PlayStation side of things, they are included. They will get some gruel with some porridge. But at the same time, if you do not have $69.99 in order to protect your neck in these wild streets, like Wu-Tang would say, then, sir, you may to get your ducats up, or we might have to up. You understand? Run me my bread, you jive suckers. Get your money out. And another disgusting month for the PlayStation Plus. I just got to say, I got to bow my hat to you guys. When the best game that you can have inside your PlayStation Plus catalog is a day one Xbox game, I got to tell you boys that Xbox is, you just might as well just make this an Xbox and cut it out because this is disgusting. But again, Sony announces the PlayStation Plus monthly games for July 2025. And the first game is crazy. Diablo 4. Wow. That's available for the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4. SNK King of the Fighters 15, which is, I gifted that to Dip Down in Anime for his birthday. The game doesn't cost that much, but it's a great fighting game in my opinion. I think they should have more fighting games inside PlayStation Plus, being that they own Evo. And Jusant. Bro, what are we doing here? What are they doing here? Like what's happening here? This is why you pay almost $20 a month for this? Out of the 3 consoles, this is by far the weakest service. And if you suckers didn't gank me already for the $170 every year, I keep forgetting, man, to just put you guys on don't buy. But I did remove my card from it. I just don't know how they got it again, man. I gotta block these dudes or something, man. Take off automatic payments or something. This is the worst. Out of all 3 of them, they're by far the absolute worst. Now, a lot of us might not remember that the Xbox 360 was an online console. And through online, you had updates. So a lot of y'all, to your shock and amazement, turned on your 360s and found out that there was an update. And in that update, the dashboard changed and it looked a little bit brighter. It looked a little bit better. Now, they did fix a couple of things on it, and it's really minor stuff, but there were bugs that were, that were there for a long period of time. But a lot of people have moved on. Now, 360 is a 20-something-year-old device. But right now, they have a QR code. And that QR code will allow you to click on it and just be introduced to this gen. Wake up, people. That gen is over, but they still don't stop advertising to you guys. To get you over to the 360, from the 360 to the series consoles, and you leapfrog past the Xbox One gen, man, we live in amazing times because there's absolutely 0 ways for me to update my Turbo Graphics. That's crazy. Now that the Outer Worlds 2 cat is out the bag, and it will be the first $80 game from Microsoft, and it's a digital game, which I might add is even more hilarious. The fact that you guys wanted games date to your console, I applaud you. You got what you asked for. Remember, they told you, always be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Now, some people may say a little $10 upgrade in price, it's not too much. Other people are feeling that $10 pinch is a little too much at this price, and they don't want to go for it. Well, us guys over at Xbox, we don't see this that way. Now, they asked the developer, Obsidian, what went into this pricing? I think that's an idiotic statement to make or ask a developer when the publisher is wholly responsible for the price point of any game. Okay, so asking a developer, why is the price point this much? What went in the game is a ton. There's a ton of extras that went into the game. So the game is at least 10 times larger than whatever the first game was. So you have to really understand, well, I'll say 5 to 10 times larger. You have to understand that during that development time and the fact that you have to develop between PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, well, then there's resources that goes into that. Listen, you don't have to pay $80. I want everybody to remember, this is an actual hobby. This is not life-sustaining situations here. But if you want to play in this sand pit that understands you're going to get a little bit of sand in your socks. So, hey, hope you got your money ready. And I'm talking to you PlayStation dudes, because I already pre-installed. So let's get on with this. Now, if you're an Xbox person and you are anticipating playing Grand Theft Auto 6, and might I add, you'll be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6 in the best place to play it on the next generation Xbox hardware next year, well, now you can wishlist it. The wishlist option is available for all of us Xbox people that actually want to track our wonderful Grand Theft Auto 6, where the best place to play is on the next generation Xbox hardware. Now, even if you got Steam, or maybe you brought it on PlayStation, well, hey, everybody gets a chance to play. Everybody gets a chance to wish list. But Xbox, you'll be able to play at the best place there. Because on the most powerful hardware, with the greatest generational leap that you've ever seen, Xbox will surely be the one-stop shop where you can get Grand Theft Auto 6 running at the best fidelity and the best frame rates, I might add, at probably the best resolution. Xbox got you covered. Now, I don't know about those other guys over there, but I know about this guys over here. Go wishlist and get in on the know when Grand Theft Auto 6 pops up for you. And you can know when it's going to launch, what console that you want to play it on. Do you want to play it on your Xbox ROG Ally X? Where do you want to play it? Because Xbox gives you that flexibility, unlike a certain other person. I'm just saying. Now, I know it's not going to be available for PC, and that kind of sucks. I know. I was kind of rubbing it in your face, and I got to let that go. I got to be better at this. I got to be better at this. It's not going to be available for Steam, and you guys. I'm sorry, Steam. You're a friend, an amigo, and you give me all my PlayStation games. So, I'm sorry, Steam. But chin up, old chap. Maybe you get a chance to play it. I don't know, within the next 5 years. Now, we've known about the liquid metal issues within the PlayStation 5 itself for a long period of time. And a lot of people have said that that was debunked because how it was standing vertically. Well, this is not a reiteration of that. A lot of people don't get a chance to read the body of the work of the pieces, and they just go off of what they believe to be true. But it's been claimed that over a period of time, problems can arise with the liquid metal. Now, liquid metal is only used inside the PlayStation when I'm talking about the consoles, right? The Xbox doesn't use liquid metal, the series consoles don't, but the PlayStation does, and neither does Nintendo. But after, speaking on the recent episode of Moore's Law and Broken Silicon podcast, Games founder Matthew Cassis highlighted how the system's critical flaw is causing the liquid metal used for cooling to drip down to the bottom of the console when placed vertically, causing dry spots on the APU that compromises its functionality and forces it to shut down under certain conditions. Now, that wasn't a big problem before. And, people are going kind of crazy with the doom and gloom. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm going to talk about is there are stress points inside of the console itself. Right. And before, the failure rate was at 1%. It rose from that to 2%. And then they saw that over a period of time, it grew to a greater extent, which is 3%. Now, 3% of a failure rate is incredible. That's an incredible failure rate. I will take 3% any day. But then when you start to look at it over the mass amount and quantities of consoles that they do have out there, 3% kind of rises to a larger degree. What I'm going to say, this is really a nothing burger. This is something that people were talking about. And I thought maybe that, we'll talk about it. Now, I know a lot of people think that I'm going to go in on this device here with that. I understand the compromises that were made, and I don't think they will probably use liquid metal going forward. It was just a cooling solution for something that was very hot, and it actually worked. Thinking outside the boxes pushes the industry forward. It's a unique situation that is only in the PlayStation, so I can't fault them for trying. All I can do is say that, yeah, there's failure rates that will happen. It's not a red ring of death situation. Xbox went through the red ring of death. I've lived through the red ring of death, and PlayStation doesn't have anything close to that. So this is pretty much a nothing burger. People will kind of inflate this. You will get a couple of channels that will go in heavy on this. I'm not going to go in heavy on this because this, like I said before, is a nothing burger. Now, me personally, what I do with my consoles is I buy them from Best Buy and I get the extended warranty. So my consoles that I keep now, consoles that I buy to sell is something totally different. Remember, I was scalping PlayStation 5s in the beginning. But the warranty that comes with the console, every so often when the warranty is up, Best Buy will extend that warranty or give you the opportunity to extend that warranty. And I gladly pay the $20 or the $15 or whatever it is to extend the warranty on my consoles. In doing so, if a failure is to happen and they no longer have that particular device, they give me back the full money that I paid for it, or give me something that, you know, in that line or whatever that equals that product price. But they give you the difference of the price too. Let's say something broke and they didn't have that exact item, but they had like a slim, and the slim came in at a cheaper price. They will give you the slim and give you the difference of what you've paid, and then you're able to keep that warranty. So again, for me, this is an absolute nothing burger, and anybody that is savvy enough to understand how to purchase warranties, you do that the same thing at GameStop. I think this more goes to the people that brought it from PlayStation, and the factory warranty itself wasn't good. If you're a fan of the Black Desert MMORPG from Pearl Abyss, well, I got some news for you. Now, if you have upgraded to the current gen consoles, I have even greater news for you. Now, previously released on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, Black Desert is an MMORPG that wasn't running natively on current gen consoles. Well, starting the 26th of June, all of that stops. And Black Desert is able to run natively on current gen consoles. Now, what you get from that is you can expect smooth transition with all characters and progress in the account history carrying over automatically to the new consoles. Following a broader industry trend of supporting legacy accounts as games shift to the newer platforms, Pearl Abyss also revealed that the initial content roadmap for the next-gen consoles, well, current-gen consoles, the major update is scheduled this Thursday, for Thursday, July 10th, and would include the addition of the Deadeye class, a popular new playable character, the Yulikata, a all-new action and mysterious region to explore, and optimizations and features that utilize the improved hardware capabilities of both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. Now, me personally, I can't wait to take advantage of it. I was interested in it. Maybe it's something that I can play on Frontline Gaming streams where we stream games daily. Maybe that's something I can do with a lot of the gamers as we can play massively online RPGs. I haven't done it since a couple of, I think it was Final Fantasy, and then a couple. I think the Final Fantasy 14 was dope. But again, I saw this running when we was at Summer Games Fest, and it looked insane. Hip Hop Gamer can't stop raving about it. Well, if you're a first-person shooter fan like myself, then you know what Painkiller is. Painkiller launched on the Xbox consoles in 2004, with the PlayStation kind of left out of it. But then PlayStation got a release on Painkiller Hell Damnation on the PlayStation 3, and it didn't score too well, but they did get an entry into the franchise. Now, Painkiller, if you know, is an ecstatically fun first-person shooter with a ton of mayhem, killing, and all-out carnage, if you will. Painkiller lives up to its name. It's launching October 9th on all consoles. So if you want to get a chance to get in on it, now there's a standard edition that will cost you $39.95, and there's a deluxe edition that will cost you $49.95. And the orders are available now. You can pre-order now. The deluxe edition gives you the Iron Crusade pre-order bonus skin and 3 post-launch DLC, including weapons and skins and 4 characters. It supports 3-player online and a full offline support. So if you're into the Painkiller franchise like myself, first-person shooters is my thing, and I like to have fun doing it. So Painkiller, check that out in October when you're playing on your Xbox ROG Ally X. That's a wonderful way to break in your new handheld with a wonderful first-person shooter. Now, I've said for a long time that there's tons of ways for us to fix the PlayStation Plus. I felt that PlayStation Plus was supposed to put Crunchyroll in there. If you own Crunchyroll, you own Funimation, put it in there. Start running your own tournaments, right? With the fighting games, putting your games in the fighting tournaments. Start doing that. So that way you could start building Evo to the point where you're cultivating fighting teams, fighting groups. That's big money, Sony. Again, I'm giving you free knowledge, if you will, free marketing tips on stuff that you do have. And listen, it's not going to hurt you to put your titles day and date inside a higher tier. Charge them $25. Do whatever you're going to do. But do it to a point where it starts to make sense, because you're not making sense anymore. And what we're seeing is you're giving out weak services and expecting premium dollar. And the masses are disgruntled, especially with Game Pass dropping all the games that they're dropping and just continuing to give so much to their fan base. Now, I know Xbox guys, we live differently, man. If you have an LG television, if you have a Samsung television, if you happen to have a Windows handheld, hell, if you picked up some VR recently, then you understand we live different. Game Pass over everything, B. You know how we give it up over here. We tell you where it is. It's where winners play and players win. This is where it's at. If you hustling, if you understand what it needs to do, then you're doing the best that you possibly can in your Xbox land. It's some days I look over and I kind of pity the PlayStation people, because some of y'all truly don't know, and some of y'all are misled and misinformed by people that you follow and you look up to, and you look for them to give you some type of information, and they give you false information because those guys got Game Pass. Those guys actually use their Xbox. Those guys actually do stuff like that. But they're leading you into a path of damnation, telling you, yo, listen, man, don't do this and don't do that. I will never tell you that. I will tell Xbox dudes, like, if you want PlayStation stuff and it's not dropping early enough for you, let's say there's Death Stranding tomorrow. Let's say that you like Death Stranding 2. Let's say you played Death Stranding 1 when it dropped and Kojima got you and you're like, man, I can't wait to play part 2. And you saw the trailers and you're starting to feel the FOMO. You think that I'm going to tell you as a gamer, don't ever go buy a PlayStation when I got a PlayStation 5 Pro, when I brought every PlayStation console and peripheral that they have? You think I would tell you that as a gamer? I will never tell you that as a gamer. I will always tell you as a gamer, do what you need to do as a gamer to make sure that you facilitate your habit, your hobby. But I also tell you to do it within your means. Don't do stuff that is going to throw you into debt. Don't do stuff that's going to put you in a bad position, right? We game. And that's what we do on Frontline Gaming streams. You see me gaming daily. You can jump in the chat if you want to talk. If you want to ask me a question about a console. If you don't know, let's say you wanted to know about the Switch 2 and you just really don't know about the Switch 2 and you're like, yo, King, what is your true feelings on the Switch 2? Should I just jump in now or should I wait? What are your true feelings on the ROG? Should I just jump in? What is your feelings on the Steam Deck? I have all these consoles. I have all these VR devices. I can give you a greater assessment on what it is, if that's what you're truly looking forward to do. If you don't want it, then I will tell you, then hold your breath until you feel like it's time. Like Senua Saga, making it over to the PlayStation 5. Xbox felt that it was time. The Xbox fan base had already played the game. We got everything out of it. And then we're going to get all those wonderful upgrades when the game actually launches over there. So we understand what it is to be privileged, right? We understand what it is to actually just pay your subscription and understand that you're well taken care of. And we have franchises making it back to the platform that has been absent for a while. Platform games that were a staple of the Xbox first-person shooter genre with Painkiller. Painkiller is making its way back to the Xbox ecosystem, and we love it. But it's also making it over there to the PlayStation guys. Now, we do know that y'all don't really know how to do multiplayer, and first-person really ain't your thing. But we're trying to get y'all acclimated to how it is over here with Xbox. We do these things. Since y'all interested in Xbox games and you guys got to pay $80 for the Outer Worlds 2, my condolences to your wallet. But I tell you this, when we all play, we all win. And the fact that you wanted to be included, well, you got your wish. You asked for it, now shut the hell up and pay for it. The same way I did for Final Fantasy 16. See how that works? I paid for it. Yeah, I paid $50. You paying 80 cash. You look a little bit different under the light. I mean, I can't tell you what it is, B. But hey, man, have fun with that. Do you. Don't worry about me. You do you. And I'm going to do me. Well, this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you found anything that you found entertaining here, yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Share that out to a friend. Because over here, we play to win. Now, I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. You know what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm going to tell you what the winners do. And what winners do, we play to win. And when it happens in Game Pass. So I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Try to play the Game Pass.